Hi guys, this is Julian from Amstermind, and today I want to talk to you about resisting what is and how you can stop it to end suffering. Well, I got the idea for this video because I have a bruised lip. I was going out last weekend and I was walking towards the bar to get a drink, and it was a slippery floor. So I tripped and I fell and I landed right on my face, right on my lip. I don't know how I did that, but yeah, it happened. And I got a bruised lip. It was bleeding, had to get some napkins to stop the bleeding. And yeah, well, this was probably not the best thing that could happen to me at that moment, right? I mean, you don't want to get a bruised lip when you're out socializing with people, and you don't want to look really weird with a swollen lip, so probably not the best thing that could happen. But you could, at that moment, say all those things to yourself. Why does it have to happen to me? Start complaining. Oh man, I still have to socialize. I probably won't look good. I still have to meet people, and the night was just going so good, and now this happened, and blah 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 blah. But is that actually helping you? What are you doing when you're doing that? You're resisting that which is. Something happened, something is the case right now. I have a bruised lip, I have to deal with that. That's just what is. And yeah, that's basically the only thing that happened, and that's the reality. So in this case, the best thing to do is just to accept it. As easy as it sounds, it's probably not that easy, right? It can be really, really hard, and I struggle with this, and I think everyone struggles with this in their lives. But the trick is to see when you're doing this. See when there's an automated response in you that is actually making things worse. Because when you're resisting what is, you're actually suffering. You're creating suffering for yourself. I don't know if you've ever heard the phrase, whatever you resist persists, but that's actually true. Because when you're resisting something, you're actually giving it a lot more energy, a lot more attention, a lot more focus, and you're making it worse because you're growing it. You're growing inside of you. You're holding on to it. You're holding on to the things that feel bad, to the negative thoughts, to the feeling in your body. You're holding on to it when you're resisting it. The best thing you can do is to let it go. Stop holding on to it. Just let it go immediately. It's what is, it's reality, it's something that you can't change right now. So accept it. Let's say you're driving in traffic. It's just a beautiful day, you had just had a nice day at work, and everything is going good, you have a good mood, and you're driving, sun is shining, and at that moment something happens. There is a car that cuts you off. That person just doesn't know how to drive, and it just cuts you off, and you're like, that damn person, and you start cursing and you have road rage. You're actually complaining, you're making that person out all kinds of different names, and maybe it ruins your whole day, the rest of your day, maybe even the rest of your week. Is it really helping you? Is that reaction, is it helping you? Are you actually making things better for yourself? That thing that happened was probably not so pleasant, right? You had to step on the brake, and yeah, you had to react. You were scared for your life maybe, or whatever happened. But that's probably enough. When you're complaining, when you're resisting what is, when you're cursing, when you're having all this negative energy towards yourself or towards the outside world, you're actually feeling worse. You're actually holding on. You're holding on to that negative thing that maybe was just something that happened, but you're making it worse. You're making it bigger. You're making it bigger in yourself, and it's not helping you. So you could, for instance, the next time that you're driving, have another expectation about how things are while you're in traffic. Because a lot of suffering, a lot of resisting what is, comes from your expectations. If you expect that everyone's gonna drive perfectly, you're probably gonna be surprised when something like this happens and you get cut off. But as you probably know, if you look at it, if you look at reality, there's a lot of things that can go wrong, and there's a lot of people who probably can't really drive that well, and there's a lot of things that could happen in any situation that could be completely different than as you expected it. So the thing is, you can change your expectation, and the next time you're step in your car, you can think, oh, there's probably a lot of people who can't drive on the highway. There's people gonna cut me off. There's all kinds of things that are gonna happen. I don't have control over that, but I do have control over my own reaction. And with that, over the way I suffer. Am I gonna make suffering for myself, or am I gonna feel good while I'm just doing what I'm doing, while I'm driving on the highway? It's a choice, and it's not that easy because you've been doing this for a long time probably. I know I have. And you have to start with recognizing when you're doing this, because there's a lot of automated responses in us. There's a lot of automated responses in us human beings that have been programmed that way just because we've been doing it so long, or we've seen others do it, and it's an automated thing. You're not really conscious when you're doing it, right? When you're really complaining about something, it can be really unconscious. It's just something, an automated response in you. But the trick is to actually notice when you're doing this. So it starts with just seeing this video and thinking about it, and the next time you see yourself in this situation, making things worse for yourself, suffering, resisting what is, just stopping that. So let's take the weather, for instance. The weather, we're always complaining about the weather, right? It's never good. There's always things happening with the weather. Maybe you expected it to be really sunny today, and dang, it's actually raining. There are stormy clouds and it's storming, and you wanted to go to the beach. Well, in that case, what can you do? Yeah, you can start to complain and just say, the weather is never good when I want to go to the beach and things like this, and I was just expecting it to be perfect, and I wanted to do all these nice things at the beach, surfing, etc, etc. But you can also just accept what is. Reality happened. This is what is. You can't change that right now. Just accept it. Don't make it worse for yourself. Don't make this situation worse for yourself. It's not helping. Another big example, I already had this lip example of myself, but things that are happening on your body, for instance. I've dated a lot of women who were always complaining if there was something wrong with their body. Oh, this pimple right here. What pimple? I don't even see it. But this pimple, oh, there's another one. Oh, my life is over. My life is over. I can't go outside right now. This pimple, I need, damn, it always has to happen. Why do I always get pimples? Blah, 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 blah. All this negative chatter, holding on to it. Do you actually think that when you're feeling so bad at that pimple, that it's gonna help you in any way? It's not. Trust me, it's not. And you know this. Everyone knows this. The trick is to recognize when you're doing this to yourself. Recognize when you're resisting what is. When you're holding on to this negative chatter, to these negative feelings about something that just is. Reality. You can't change it right now. Of course, I have to put a big disclaimer here, because I'm not advocating accepting every situation the way it is and not changing anything. Because if you are in a dead-end job, a job you hate, and you feel really bad when you're doing this job, and it's something that's really not making you happy, it's not what you want to do in life, then don't accept that, and I'm not saying that you should just accept that situation and don't do anything about it. That's not what I'm saying. When you're in a dead-end relationship, when you're really unhappy with the person who you're with, then don't accept that and just accept your fate, and this is just what is, and nothing's gonna happen, and I'll just be miserable for the rest of my life. That's not what I'm saying. But I am saying that at that moment that you're actually feeling so bad about that thing that is right now, that you can accept that. And from that place you can always change it. So you can recognize when something isn't the way you like it to be. But it doesn't help to hold on to it. It doesn't help to hold on to these negative feelings, to these negative thoughts, and just keep at it, make it worse for yourself. So the next time that you are in this situation, just let it go. And when you're in this dead-end job, or when you're in this dead-end relationship, you can make a plan, you can change your situation. And really, that's, of course, I encourage to doing that always. If you're overweight, don't just accept that you're overweight, but you can change it. But there's a difference in acceptance. It's in accepting what is right now. That's a really good thing. But if it can change and you can make it better, then don't accept just that it's gonna be like this forever. Make a plan to change it. But stop this negative holding on to things and just accept whatever is right now. That's the message of this video. I hope you liked it. If you have any questions about this video, just put them in the comments below. I'll be happy to answer you personally. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel if you want to see more videos like this. I'll see you in the next one. Yeah, that way you're actually training yourself, training your brain to only provide you with the positive thoughts. And the quality of your life can really go up, because I've been doing this for about 4 months now, and in my head I really don't have so many negative thoughts anymore, because